What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Wolog, and not just any video, but my guide on the goddamn whip. But yeah, one of my favorite weapons by far in the game. But anyways, we're finally here with the guide. Jeez. But yeah, I do apologize. I've just been very busy to the point where I've not been able to make videos because of some personal stuff in life, but I'm here now, ready to, you know, do videos on it. Demonized officer. I could barely. I wish you could change the text, or at least. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, alright, let's just get into like the normal stuff. But yeah, this is the attack, of course, and then this is the normal, heavy attack. But the reason why I like the whip is because you could do this, which increases your attacks, but at the cost of like losing more spirit over time. But if you really want to cancel that, you could just do that again, which is pretty neat. So if you want to just do a little mix-up like so, let me show you real quick. Like this. Like that could be a mix-up if you ever want to do those and stuff, and except vice versa. Oh, hold on, that was not right. And stuff like that, you know. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty unique. I do like it, and the fact that this is actually close to like the cestas as well, because from what I noticed, ever since the cestas have been added, every weapon has like one bar, right? Like for example, if I switch to, let's say, my sword, it has one bar. Or did they update it? I can't tell. Jeez, I really can't tell by the lighting. Yeah, I can't tell for goddamn. My life. Yeah, I think they probably updated it to have 2 bars for every weapon now, but yeah. Before it was one weapon that had, or every weapon that had 1 bar, and they gave the system mechanic to them, but now it seems that every weapon has 2 bars now. Okay, my bad. I thought it was also weird that I thought that the whip also had 2 bars, but my bad, that was my mistake. But yeah, let's try something else. But I will say, when it comes to parrying, this does have limited range, so they have to be really close. You can't just hit them from afar, or parry from afar, which kind of sucks. Like so, and, you know, going for the combo. Cool thing as well, while you're in this specific stance, I'd call it the enhanced whip stance. Try not to get hit too much, because you will lose a lot of spirit. But yeah, you could literally parry everything if you want to. And you could go in for like a way more hard-hitting attack when you are in this specific harder-hitting stance with the whip, which is kind of neat as well. Yeah, I do like it. Though, there's a lot of good things about it. You can hit from afar. But the downside is that you have to be very close for them to like parry certain attacks, or as the game calls it, deflect and such. But it is kind of cool that with this specific stance, instead of doing one single attack, or actually, yeah, the first attack's always going to be one hit for that. But for the regular, it's basic, of course, but with this stance, like I said, first hit's always going to be one hit, but the more you continue on with the combo, is going to be multiple hits, which I do like with this weapon. Like this. What's pretty neat, I like it. What else did I realize? Let me try to think here. There's a lot I could do with the whip here too. I mean, yeah, there are the martial arts. I don't have every single martial art because I've been having my very rare chances of getting like higher rarity whips with like the star system and like other martial arts, which are pretty much the exact same ones that I gotten from the past. Nothing too new. But it is kind of neat that you could actually combo with martial arts with the whip. Oh yeah, if you have specific martial arts that leap you up into the air, just like that happened, you could literally just dodge attack. That's kind of funny in my opinion. But yeah, what else? And you could also do that if you want to. Alright, let's move on to the bigger enemies if I can find them. I can't even tell which. These goddamn freaking labels are like, they're not really out of place. It's more like I can barely read them. Is this the big guy? I can't tell anymore, dude. Nope, but this is the more tanky guy. Oh god. This is a very bad showcase. But yeah, the whip is pretty versatile in any certain way if you want to use it. It's such. Like, it's pretty good, like, with the specific martial arts like I did by accident when I was trying to do, like, an attack with the martial arts to, like, combo into things. Like, if you have martial arts, like, both of these, for example, which I do have in this whip, so if you want to, like, dodge an attack, but you don't have time to react, and just accidentally click the martial arts button, you can always just do this, and then come back down to, like, hit them, which is kind of neat. That's what I've been doing most of the time with the specific whip, if you've noticed throughout my playthrough through the DLC as well. Which I do enjoy doing, because it's like a flashy kind of like dance of combos. If I can even hit them off. If not, then they're just pretty much just dodge attacks. Like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I love the whip, pretty versatile. Downside of it is that you have to be near the enemy to the point where you could parry their attacks, and the fact that you lose a lot of spirit while in the more hard-hitting attack stance, which does suck, and you do lose a lot of spirit over time. Like, let me just show you on how many. Let me just show you real quick. Even just from basic attacks. Look at all that spirit bar already being drained. And in order for you to get it back up, you just have to like get out of that specific stance, which does suck. That is the downside, which I do hate. But if you're able to maintain like the combat and keep track of like when to like switch out of it, then you should be good. But yeah, that's kind of the downside that I hate. You can technically use your martial arts like an even stronger version if you wanted to with this. Let me just show. Like, that's an even stronger version than the base martial art, which is kind of cool with the whip, I will admit. Like, if you really want to get flashy, I don't normally do it because you're gonna lose a lot of spirit and mostly die, but if you're one of those people that like to play with high risk, high reward kind of gameplay and play style, then you can literally do that with the whip by just parrying as much as you can and then attacking while in this form, and then go back to normal one, parry, switch into this, and then go for like your like, oh my god, jeez. But yeah, like I was saying, parry everything, go into this, do a martial arts or two if you can, and whatnot. If you could do a third one to like make it very flashy and good on you, I could barely do that at all. But yeah, that's like the plus side of that. You could make your martial arts slightly stronger to like lower down their health, from what I noticed, while you're in like the hard-hitting kind of attack stance. At this point, I'm just thinking of calling it the whiplash dance because it's like you're whipping multiple times with a lot of AoE hitboxes. While with the base one, you do the same thing, but it's not as like visible or consistent. Where with this one, you just, or if you go like this, you whip a lot, and it's kind of cool. But yeah. Plus side, you could do a lot more damage. Downside, you'll lose a lot of spirit, so you're gonna have to like maintain it and go back. But also the other plus side, like I said, you can enhance your martial arts even further to do more damage. But then you're gonna have to switch back to like get your spirit back, of course, and to make sure to like pretty much parry everything. It's like a parry weapon that rewards you if you're like good and skill enough. So if you parry, and then switch to this real quick, and then do attacks, and if you could sneak in a little martial arts in there, then you're pretty well set to go. Yeah, it's a pretty fun weapon in my opinion. I enjoy it. Like, it will be hard to use it at first because you're gonna have to get used to like the two different types of hitboxes that you do, and you're gonna have to like, well, not the hitboxes that you, but you're gonna have to keep track of like the hitbox of your whip pretty much, on like how far you hit and how close you have to hit the parry button to parry specific attack. Because like I said, you can't parry from afar. You literally just move on to the side and parry certain attacks. Like, for example, let me just, yeah. You're gonna have to be a certain distance to like do a freaking good parry if you want to like do those slashy combos. But it is pretty consistent once you get the hang of it. It is pretty consistent of landing multiple parries if you do have those enemies or certain bosses. I'm not gonna name those bosses because I don't want to go through that hell again and have those World War flashbacks of facing those bosses. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, this weapon is pretty good for like countering a lot of bosses that like to do double heavy spirit red attacks, for sure, because you could just like parry and then wait and parry, and they'll literally drain their spirit bar pretty fast. This weapon's pretty good for like draining spirit on the enemy, but it's also a double-edged sword when it comes to like you getting hit, so you're gonna have to be very careful. But besides that, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little guide. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.